The Children's Bible, Numbers 13 and 14. The Israelites prepare to enter Canaan. The Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Paran, saying, Send out men to look over the land of Canaan, which I have promised to the children of Israel. Send a man from every tribe, each one to be a ruler among his people. So Moses chose 12 men, one from each of the tribes of Israel. He sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, saying to them, Go up into the mountains and look over the land. See what it is like, whether the people who dwell there are strong or weak, few or many. See what the land itself is like that they dwell in, whether it is good or bad. See what their cities are like, whether they live in tents or in strong buildings. See whether the land is rich or poor, whether it has wood or not, and bring back some of the fruit of the land. Now it was the time for the first ripe grapes. So the men went out and searched the land. They came down to a brook, and there they cut down a branch with a cluster of grapes on it. They carried it between them, slung on a staff. And they brought also some pomegranates and figs, and they gave the place the name Eshcol, meaning a cluster of grapes, because of the grapes they had cut down there. They searched through the land for 40 days. Then they returned to Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel, and brought word to them, and showed them the fruit of the land. And when the men returned, they said to Moses, We came to the land to which you sent us. It is indeed flowing with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Yet the people are strong who dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very large. We saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites inhabit the south. The Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites live in the mountains, and the Canaanites have the land by the sea along the river Jordan. Caleb, who had been among the men sent to spy out the land, silenced the people and said, Let us go at once and take possession of the land, for we are strong enough to overcome it. But the others who had gone out with him said, We are not able to fight those people, for they are stronger than we. And they gave an evil report to the children of Israel concerning the land they had searched out, saying, The land which we went to look over is a land that eats up its inhabitants. All the people we saw in it are men of great height. We saw there giants, the sons of Anak, who was descended from giants. We looked like grasshoppers by the sight of them. Then all the congregation lifted up their voices and cried. All the people wept that night, and the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron, saying to them, Would to God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or that we had died in the wilderness. Why has the Lord brought us to this land to be killed in battle, so that our wives and children may be captured? Would it not be better for us to return to Egypt? And the people said to one another, Let us choose a captain, and let us return to Egypt. Then Caleb and Joshua, who had been with those who had searched out the land, spoke to all the company of the children of Israel, saying, The land which we passed through to look over is an exceedingly good land. If the Lord is pleased with us, then he will bring us into this land and give it to us, a land flowing with milk and honey. But do not rebel against the Lord, and do not fear the people of this land, for they have no defense. The Lord is with us, so do not fear them. But the people threatened to stone them. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle before all the children of Israel. And God said to Moses, How long will this people provoke me? How long will it be before they believe me? For all the signs which I have shown them, I will strike them with a plague. I will disinherit them and make a great nation of you alone. Moses answered the Lord, saying, Then the Egyptians shall hear of it, and they will tell the inhabitants of this land, who have heard that you are the Lord of this people. They have heard that you are seen by them face to face, that your cloud stands over them, and that you go before them by daytime in a pillar of cloud and in a pillar of fire by night. If now you kill all this people, the nations, which have heard of your fame, will say, Because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he promised them, he has destroyed them in the wilderness. Now I beg of you, let the Lord's power be great, even as you have spoken, saying, The Lord is patient and of great mercy, forgiving sin and wrongdoing. Pardon, I beg of you, the sin of this people, according to the greatness of your mercy, as you have forgiven them, from Egypt even until now. And God said to Moses, Because all those men who have seen my glory and the miracles I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, have not listened to my voice, they indeed shall not see the land which I promised to their fathers. Say to the children of Israel, You who have murmured against me shall die in the wilderness. But your children, which you said would be captured, them I will bring into that land which you have despised. But as for you, you shall fall in this wilderness. And your children shall wander in the wilderness for 40 years, 1 year for each of the days spent in searching out the land. For 40 years I shall withhold my promise. And of the men whom Moses sent out to search out the land, and who returned and made the congregation murmur against him by giving an evil report on the land, all except Caleb and Joshua died of a plague sent by the Lord. Then the people rose up early in the morning and went to the top of the mountain, saying, We are here, and will go to the place the Lord has promised, for we have sinned. But Moses said, You must not go up the mountain, because you have turned away from the Lord, and the Lord will not be with you. Yet some of them continued, and went without Moses and the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and they were struck down by the Amalekites and the Canaanites.